What's good, people of YouTube? So this week we got a Riyadh season card headlined by Edgar Berlanga and Hamzah Sherazz. And I'm here to help you make money off it. Let's get into the card. The first fight we have is David Morrell and Iman Katayev. So starting off with David Morrell, 11-1 with 9 KOs. A fighter from the great Cuban school of boxing. Although he is a Cuban fighter, he doesn't typically fight like one. He likes to fight off the front foot a little bit more. Doesn't always use his footwork, but when he does use it, he looks really good. He's got exceptional hand speed. Great athlete. He's coming off his first loss against David Benavidez, which is not a bad loss at all. I actually witnessed this fight in person in Vegas, and I scored it 8-4 for Benavidez. But Morrell also had a knockdown in that fight, so he kind of kept it close. Sometimes on the inside, he doesn't really protect himself. Benavidez took advantage of that every chance he could. Sometimes he don't work off his jab enough. He has a really good jab when he uses it. And sometimes he kind of gives rounds away. We've seen that in the Hot Rod fight and in the Benavidez fight. And it's not like he has bad ring IQ or anything like that, or bad ring generalship. It's like he doesn't really know what he wants to do, if that makes sense. Sometimes he wants to brawl it out, throw with you, you go, I go. Sometimes he wants to fight slick, fight smart. It's just whatever David Morrell wants to do in that moment, pretty much. But other than that, great fighter. Moving on to Katayev. He's a Russian fighter that fights out of Australia. 10-0, 9 KOs. Hasn't really fought the best competition. Kind of has a padded record a little bit. Good power, decent hand speed. Robotic as hell. I mean, telegraphs almost every shot. When he doesn't telegraph his shots, they're actually pretty nice. He is the human version of a Rock'em Sock'em robot. I mean, dude looks like it, dude fights like it, acts like it. I mean, Katayev might be the first AI fighter. I shit you not. This guy is iRobot. This guy is a fucking bucket of bolts. Moves slow. He doesn't really take any angles, comes straight at you. Like I said, decent power, but against a guy like David Morrell, I just think this guy's going to be a punching bag the whole night. He hasn't really had a true test yet, so we really have no clue on how good his gas tank is, how good of a chin he has, how tough he is. If I had to guess, he has a shit gas tank. Another reason I have Morrell winning this fight is because of the promoters. Morrell fights for Al Heyman and PBC, while Katayev is signed to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. And let me tell you something about how bad they are against other promoters. So yeah, going off that, I'm going with David Morrell, KO, somewhere later in the fight, I believe. If Katayev has faced better competition that he has, then we would have more to go off of. I can make a better prediction. David Morrell, 9th round stoppage. So looking at the books, David Morrell opened as a big favorite. He said at the same odds since it's open. I think the David Morrell money line is a lock for the week, and it's going to be a part of my lock. I think this is easy money. You can take him by stoppage if you want to. I think that's not a bad bet. But David Morrell money line is a lock. Moving on to Alberto Puello versus Subriel Matias. This is a fight that a lot of people are torn on. I personally think this is an easy pick. Starting off with Alberto Puello. Great jab, good foot speed, great footwork, great head movement. Just a pure all-around technical boxer. He can fight mid-range. He can fight from the outside. That's where he prefers to be. He can also fight good on the inside. He has many tricks up his sleeve. Just an all-around high IQ fighter. Another reason why I believe in Puello is that he's battle-tested against some very good opponents. Akhmedov, Sandor Martin, Gary Antoine Russell, Jonathan Alonzo. This is a very good resume for someone at his age and at his level. The only flaws that I see out of Puello is sometimes he's a little bit inactive. He doesn't have enough volume. Sometimes he can keep rounds a little bit too close. But when he's at his best and there's a lot of activity, a lot of movement, Anytime you're out of position, he will take advantage of it. Which brings us on to Subriel Matias. Tough as nails. One of the toughest fighters that I've ever seen fight. Good power, great volume, great gas tank. For every advantage and every plus he has, there's a minus. For example, this dude's feet are stuck in the fucking sand. I don't believe fighters have to have good footwork to win. Not every fighter has footwork. But when you're fighting a guy like Puello and your feet are stuck in the fucking sand, there's going to be problems. No defense at all, which makes him very entertaining. But for betting's sake, I can't bet on a fighter who is facing someone on Puello's level and the only thing they can do is literally walk forward. I shit you not. If you've never watched this guy, go look at him fight. Matias just walks straight forward, no angles, no footwork, nothing. He just tries to bully himself on the inside. And it's not really your typical bully style where someone explodes onto the line and is trying to fuck you up. This is more like, I'm going to walk right at you like a slow heat-seeking missile, and I'm going to hope you throw with me because I know I am a tougher man than you. Which, like I said, very entertaining. But we've seen that Liam Paro, who is not as good as Alberto Puello, no one gave him a shot to win. No one did. And he went out there in front of Subriel Matias' own crowd and showed us how you beat Subriel Matias. The way you beat Subriel Matias is, obviously, number one, boxing. And two, when you do get on the inside with him, don't let him be the only one controlling the action. Don't let him be the only one fighting dirty. Fight dirty back. Use your own dirty tricks. And then when you get the chance, get back on the outside and start sticking him with a jab, which Puello has a way better jab than Paro. Paro has a good jab, but Puello has an elite jab. And once again, going back to their promoters, Puello is a PBC fighter, and Subriel Matias. So taking a look at the book, Puello opened at a plus 108. Some books has got him as dead even with Matias. Some of the books still have him as plus money, but that means people are throwing money on Puello. My second lock is Puello money line, or you can take the over if you want to play it safe. Our next fight is Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. This is one of those fights that while I have Shakur by decision, I can see this fight going a lot of ways. Mostly because I have a suspicion that William Zepeda is very overrated. And, I mean, we just saw this guy almost lose to Tevin Farmer, who's not a natural lightweight, who's aging, not as near as sharp as he used to be, almost lose to him, and got knocked down 2 times by him. I know the second one wasn't counted, but it was a clean knockdown. But what he has going for him is a high work rate, a lot of pressure, throws a lot of punches. So, stylistically, this could cause problems for Shakur. But talent-wise, I don't know if Zepeda is on his level. Moving on to Shakur Stevenson. This is a guy a lot of people put in their pound-for-pound list. A lot of people say is the best lightweight in the world. I am not one of those guys. For one, he does not have a good enough resume. For two, his numbers were inflated when he was at top rank. I'll give you an example. Go watch the Edlin De Los Santos fight. Yeah, watch it in slow motion if you have to. Watch it with the sound off if you have to. De Los Santos in the first round landed multiple punches, and they didn't count them. And every round after that, it was the same thing. De Los Santos would land more punches than the CompuBox was saying, and Shakur was not landing as many punches as they were saying. You can count them. When you're in your own city and people are leaving your fight because they don't like what they see, that's not greatness. That is not pound for pound level shit. And it's not only one time it happened. Most people remember the Hartunian fight because the cameras turned around and people were leaving the arena. But it also happened in the De Los Santos fight. There's points in the fight where you can see that the camera zooms out and you can see how many people cleared out that arena. Another reason it's hard to bet on Shakur is because of his hand problem. For 4 fights now, He has said after every one of the fights that his hand was hurt, he had hand surgery, or he broke his hand. I personally don't know if I believe it. I've seen the video of him breaking his hand, and he did get hand surgery. But just seeing how he reacted to breaking his hand compared to how he reacts in his fights tells me there's something going on there. And we just seen Tevin Farmer break his hand against Zepeda. Zepeda is going to be punching his arms, punching his torso, punching his hands and his wrists. This may not be a good fight for Shakur. But if Zepeda is as overrated as I think he is right now, then Shakur should win by decision. I'd say like a 9-3, 8-4 decision. This really wasn't a technical breakdown of both of these fighters, and there's a reason for that. Like I said, so many red flags, so many question marks. Like the ring size. Turkey playing mind games with Shakur before the fight. I mean, there's a lot of things going into this fight that are just really weird and are just really throwing me off. With that being said, my favorite bets are the over 10.5 and Shakur by decision. If you like Zepeda, he's got a lot of value. If you parlay Zepeda with Puello or Morel or both of them, you'll make some good money this weekend. But I'm going to play it safe. I'm going with the over on the Shakur fight. Man, I've been talking my shit about this fight since it got announced. I'm telling y'all right now, it's going down. I'm telling y'all, man.
Edgar Berlanga's gonna whip some fucking ass. That's right. That's right. Hamzah sheer ass. What the? No. No, fuck.
Starting off with Berlanga. Heavy hands, come straight at you. Really good left hook. Doesn't throw in combos enough. He's just really always looking for a big haymaker, and hopefully hurts you with it. He's a very one-dimensional fighter, but at the same time, he can be a matchup problem for some guys. And I think Sherazz may be one of those guys. Moving on to Sherazz. So, good jab, really tall, really long, good reach. I just don't think that the power is carried up as he's moved up in weight. But some people will argue that now that he's moving up again, that his power is somehow going to carry with him. I guess we'll see. But he seems to be pretty chinny. In that fight against Ammo Williams, which for one was a terrible stoppage. To this day, I can't believe they stopped that fight. But so he stopped Ammo, but in that fight, he was getting tagged, and every time he got tagged, he would get wobbly and pretty much go chicken leg mode. So basically what I'm trying to say is a much smaller Ammo Williams at a much smaller weight was able to wobble Sherazz multiple times. There's going to be a time in this fight where Berlanga looks sloppy. He looks like shit. He's going to end up hitting Sherazz with some heavy shit, and I don't think he's going to react very well to it. I think he's going to get put on his ass at least once in this fight, and it'll end up being a close decision for Berlanga. But I also didn't know that Eddie Hearn was Berlanga's promoter until fucking 2 days ago. But I've also been talking all my shit about this fight, so I can't just change up now. That would be pussy. With that being said, there's no lock to this fight. I really don't like any of the bets on this fight because, I mean, you're really just flipping a coin, in my opinion, on this. If you made me choose a bet on this fight, I think it'd be the over. With all that being said, hope y'all enjoyed the video. My two-leg lock for y'all is David Morrell, money line, and Alberto Puello, money line. And also, as you can see in the slide, I'm always going to show my Tapology stats so y'all know how many picks I'm getting right or how we're doing with predictions. So, hope y'all have a good day, and let's get this money.